Brian Mahoney, Brian Lee, and Marsha Frisch. Reserves for the Grenadiers include number 11, Andrea Starr, number 12, Caitlin Conhorst, number 20, Elisa Payne, number 23, Emily Jarris, number 35, Katie Keegan. Starting lineup for Elk Grove, leading off, wearing number 4, second baseman Jessica Valdano. Hitting second, wearing number 47, third baseman Danny Goranson. Batting third, shortstop, number 13, Olivia Roback. And in the next spot, number 16, catcher Devin Parkinson. Batting fifth, left fielder, number 34, Megan Keegan. Wearing number 22, designated player, Krista Sosby. And in center field, number 15, Kristen Sekavic. Number 10, right fielder, Amanda Catone. At first base, number 14, Rebecca Walls. And on the mound, number 17, Stephanie Bede. Now let's meet the home team, the Vikings of Fremd High School. With the game with a record of 32 wins and 4 losses, please meet head coach Jim Weaver, who has a career record of 239 wins and 80 losses and 1 tie over 9 years. Assistant coaches TJ Galachek, Christine Lanning, Josh Teschner, Jana Welch, Russ Anderson, and Josh Patera. Reserves for the Vikings include number 5, Emily James. Number 9, Christine Berbigan. Number 10, Megan Warren. Number 13, Haley Lieber. Number 15, Stacy Manica. Number 16, Rachel Dory. Number 18, Brittany Shura. Number 19, Ashley Schwantz. For the Vikings, starting lineup for the Vikings, moving off, number 3, catcher Christine Merling. Batting second, wearing number 6, shortstop Allie Kading. Hitting third, wearing number 12, first baseman Lauren Zaworski. Batting cleanup at third base, number 2, Kelly Hoyt. Hitting fifth, wearing number 4, left fielder Jenna Schneider. Playing right field, number 8, Alexa Sinigabrani. Number 17, second baseman Megan Hubbard. Wearing number 14, center fielder Tess Denman. Designated player, number 11, Caitlin Patnod. And on the mound, number 7, Lena Rothman. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you now...
And good afternoon. Welcome to Eastside Center at Mizuno Field. We begin the Class 4A state semifinals. Today, a familiar matchup, a pair of mid-suburban league teams doing battle for the third time this season. This time it's for a chance to play in the state championship game. Earlier this season, on April 30th, Elk Grove fell to Fremd 4-2, while it was Fremd winning the MSL title with a 1-0 victory in the final regular season of 2010. That was a 1-0 decision won by the Fremd Vikings. Fremd comes in with an overall record of 32-4. Head coach is Jim Weaver. Familiar territory as they won third place a season ago, defeating Naperville Central in that third place game. Final score of 3-2. Prior to that, state appearances for Palatine Fremd in 2002, 2001, 2000, and in 1997. The Grenadiers from Elk Grove Village, Elk Grove High School, led by the legendary head coach Ken Grams, who has 713 career coaching wins, to his credit surpassing that milestone earlier this season in a victory over Maine West. Elk Grove will bat first. The visiting team, Fremd, will be the home team here in the first semifinal in Class 4A. 86 degrees at game time, humidity around 60%. Slight breeze this morning has picked up to winds blowing about 10 to 20 miles an hour. We've got a heat index right around 90 degrees. Jessica Balzano will lead off for the Grenadiers, a junior second baseman. She'll be facing Lena Brodman. First pitch is down low for a ball one. Brodman was named the Fremd Female Athlete of the Year. She's 30-2 in the circle, a .45 ERA in 185 innings pitched. The 1-0 pitch is a called strike. It's a 1-1 count to Jessica Balzano. Balzano batting .575 this season, scoring 50 times and knocking in 36 runs. Here's a 1-1 pitch from Brodman. Swung on, fouled back into the fence. A 1-2 count on the 5'4" junior Jessica Balzano. Next matchup in Class 4A features the Moline Maroons against Sandburg High School out of Orland Park. Lena Brodman's 1-2 pitch to Balzano is delivered, a check swing, strike three. Dropped strike, but a tag is applied on Balzano as she goes down with a K. Brings up Danny Goranson, a 5'9" sophomore. As Brodman eyes in on Goranson, a lefty. First pitch called strike. Oh, 1 count with one away here in the top of the first inning. Danny Goranson, a .344 hitter. On the 0-1 pitch, swings that one back foul into the fence. First time in the 35-year history of the softball state finals that two mid-suburban league teams have reached the state semifinals. Lena Brodman delivering an 0-2 pitch to Danny Goranson. Swung on, hit into play, and it's going to drop into left center field for a base hit. Goranson threatened to take an extra base, but she'll halt and head back to first base for a single. Olivia Roback comes up to the plate, 5'5" senior. Shortstop for the Grenadiers. Batting with one out here in the first inning. Runner on first. Here's the Brodman pitch, swung on and missed, strike one. Brodman with 300 strikeouts this season. Giving up just 107 hits in 185 innings, only 12 earned runs all season long. The 0-1 pitch, down low for a ball. It's a 1-1 count with one out here in the top of the first inning on Olivia Roback. Runner on first, a single into left center field by Danny Goranson, the sophomore. Roback awaits the 1-1 pitch from Brodman. The delivery, swung on and missed, strike two. Olivia Roback was a freshman starter back in 2007 when Coach Grams reached his 600th career win. So she was on the field in both the 600th coaching milestone along with the 700th coaching milestone earlier this year. She takes that for a ball just on the outside corner. It's a 2-2 count. There's Coach Ken Graham's 713 career coaching wins. Guided the Grenadiers back in 1982 to the state quarterfinals. First time, 2-2 pitch, swung back and hit foul. Hits the roof of the press box behind us. That team back in '82 finished second place in state, falling to Quincy Notre Dame in the state championship game. Doug Millistone was was a co-head coach with Grams back in '82. 2-2 from Brodman coming with one out. Swung on, popped foul, back into the fence, stays alive. Roback has 8 home runs on the season. Hit a home run in the first game against Fremd back on April 30th. That was a victory, 4-2 for the Grenadiers. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, jammed her, and she fouls it back down the left field line. And Roback stays alive with a 2-2 count. Roback has 45 hits and 115 at-bats. Brotman, pitcher for Fremd, will be playing collegiate softball down in Atlanta. She'll be playing for Emory University next year. The 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. The second strikeout for Lena Brotman. And that's the second out of the inning, which brings up Devin Parkinson, another sophomore for the Grenadiers, 5'6". Today's catcher for Elk Grove. First pitch is just going to be inside enough. That outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Parkinson batting .411 this season with 2 outs and an 0-1 count. Runner on first base. Here's Brotman's 0-1 delivery. Swung on, that one is popped back out of play. 0-2 count. Parkinson has hit 2 home runs this season. 8 doubles for the Grenadiers. As Parkinson, the right-hander, awaits the Brotman pitch. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, and that one is long and foul. Parkinson swinging for the fences. Deep foul down the left field line. 36 RBI this season, 29 runs scored for the 5'6" sophomore catcher. Umpire Mary Sylvester behind the plate gets fresh softball as Parkinson awaits the 0-2 from Brotman. Here's the 0-2 pitch with 2 outs. Swung on, and that one is sprayed foul down the right field line, well out of play. Class 3A state championship and third place games set. Be River Forest Trinity facing Metamora for a title tomorrow in 3A. Here's Lena Brotman's 0-2 pitch. Swung on, hit into fair territory, bobbled by the shortstop. Throw to first, not going to be in time. And that will be an E6 charged as Parkinson reaches. Brings up Megan Keegan, 5'7" sophomore. 41 hits and 124 at-bats, a .331 average. Megan Keegan with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Runners on first and second. Keegan digs in. First pitch from Lena Brotman. Down low, ball 1. So the Grenadiers have runners on first and second, reaching via a single and an error. Here's the 1-0. And that one will just miss. And a 2-0 count on Keegan. Megan hit a home run in a wild win over Buffalo Grove earlier this season. Talk more on that later. Here's a 2-0, swing and a miss, strike 1. Danny Goranson was pitching in that game. As Keegan sets back in, facing a 2-1 count against Lena Brotman, senior pitcher for the Fremd Vikings. Swung on and fouled back, 2-2 count. Keegan has driven in 30 runs this season. That home run against Buffalo Grove, her lone long ball of the season. She has 12 doubles this year for the Grenadiers. Brotman readies for the 2-2 delivery. Both outs via strikeouts. A 2-2 pitch, reaching for it, sprays it foul near the dugout of Elk Grove. There's the Grenadiers rooting on Megan Keegan at the plate. Two-two count on Megan Keegan with 2 outs here at the top of the first inning. Elk Grove and Fremd, a pair of mid-suburban league teams. Brotman's 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike three. Brotman strikes three. And the Grenadiers strand two. One hit, one error, 0 runs. Bottom of the first with Fremd batting next. You're listening to the Class 4A state semifinals on IHSA.tv. And welcome back to the Eastside Center Class 4A state semifinals between the Fremd Vikings and the Elk Grove Grenadiers. It'll be Fremd batting. Here in the bottom of the first inning, Christine Whirling leads off, followed by Allie Gating and Lauren Zaworski. Stephanie Madej, a 5'10 senior, in the circle for the Grenadiers. As Whirling, a lefty, digs in. Leading off for the Vikings. Both teams' major color, forest green. First pitch inside by Madej, called strike one. Madej with that pink and yellow ribbons in her hair. Has a .98 ERA, a 17-2 record. Delivers an 0-1 pitch. Just gets that outside. Strike two, it's an 0-2 count on Christine Whirling. Whirling, a .512 hitter in the leadoff spot. She's stolen 22 bases this season. Here's the 0-2 from Madej. Check swing, but did not go around. Ball one. 63 hits in 123 at-bats for Christine Whirling. Whirling behind the plate today for the Vikings. That pitch just misses outside. It's a 2-2 count on Whirling. Against Stephanie Madej. Madej will head over to Charleston next year, play collegiately at Eastern Illinois University. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike three, and Whirling sat down. 4 outs have been made in this ballgame, all on strikeouts. Brotman with 3 strikeouts in the first inning. And Madej retires the first batter via strikeout. Allie Gating up, 5'5" junior. She's also left-handed. She takes strike one. Gating a shortstop. Has hit .427 this season and scored 32 runs. She waits the 0-1 pitch from Madej. The delivery, swung on, popped back, fielded, throw cleanly but a little low for out number 2. Line out. And 2 away for the Vikings, which brings up Lauren Zaworski, 5'7" senior, playing first base. Zaworski, a .417 hitter this season, 45 hits and 108 at-bats. She faces Stephanie Madej with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first of a scoreless game. First pitch to Zaworski is a strike, 0-1. Upper 80s here at game time. Just a slight chance of rain later tonight. Here's the 0-1 from Madej. Swung on and missed, strike 2. 2 away on the 0-2 count. Lauren Zaworski. Headed to Loyola University next year. She's hit 7 home runs this season. On the 0-2, down in the dirt, ball 1. So tomorrow morning's set with a third place game at 9:30, which features the Antioch Secoy against Breeze Mater Dei. The noon championship game in 3A, Metamora against River Forest Trinity. Here's the 1-2 from Madej to Zaworski. Swung on a dribbler down the third base line, called foul. So Zaworski stays alive at 1-2. The next 4A semifinal features Moline against Carl Sandburg High School out of Orland Park. Lauren Zaworski with 2 outs, facing a 1-2 by Grenadiers pitcher Stephanie Madej. Madej readies for the 1-2. Wind up in the pitch, swung on and popped foul. Back down behind the plate. 1-2 count. 2 away, first inning. Madej back in the circle. She heads back to the pitching rubber to face Zaworski on a 1-2. And the pitch swung on, hit down the third base line, and it is called foul. Ends up play out there at third base by Danny Goranson. Diving after it. Could have made a play on it, but just foul. So Zaworski readies for another 1-2 pitch by Stephanie Madej. Here's the pitch, swung on, another line foul down the third base line. So Zaworski really battling Stephanie Madej in this at bat. Still a 1-2 count, 2 outs, bottom of the first inning. Zaworski with 45 hits on the season. Madej readies for the 1-2. And the pitch to Zaworski is down low for ball 2. Madej was also a starting freshman back in 2007. As her 2-2 pitch to Zaworski is outside, misses to bring the count full. Three-two count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. As Fremd beat New Trier 4-0 in the Super Sectionals at Rolling Meadows to get to East Peoria. The 3-2 by Madej, swung on, and another foul ball down the third base line. An epic battle between Lauren Zaworski of the Fremd Vikings and Stephanie Madej, the Grenadiers pitcher. So Madej back in the circle, eyes in for the 3-2 pitch. Here it comes to Zaworski, and it's a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Second strikeout for Stephanie Madej. And a scoreless first inning between Fremd and Elk Grove in the Class 4A state semifinals on IHSA.tv. And welcome back to the East Side Center, a scoreless first inning, an epic battle that ended with a strikeout by Madej to Zaworski. Madej with 2 strikeouts in the first inning, 3 strikeouts in the first inning by Lena Brotman, who's in that pitcher's circle facing Krista Sosby, leading off for the Grenadiers here in the second. High pitch, ball 1. Sosby, 5'7" sophomore, has a .294 batting average. She's the DP today for the Grenadiers. 1-0 pitch from Brotman. That pitch gets that outside corner for strike 1. Elk Grove beat Cary Grove in the Super Sectional at Elgin this week, held at Judson University. Here's the 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed strike 2 by Krista Sosby. Lena Brotman in the circle, who Coach Weaver calls the best pitcher in the Fremd softball program's history. That pitch fouled back into the fence for a 1-2 count on Krista Sosby. She's the school career wins leader with 82. Also has the strikeout record in Fremd softball history, 998. And here's Brotman's 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 4 consecutive strikeouts by Lena Brotman, and she has broke the 1,000 career strikeout mark, now at 1,002. And she has sat down 4 via the strikeout. All 4 outs by the Grenadiers have been via the strikeout. They have had 2 base runners, 1 hit, 1 error by Elk Grove. Kristen Sedkovic, a 5'7" junior, is at the plate. Sedkovic out in center field today. 1-0 pitch from Brotman to Sedkovic, swung on and missed strike 1. 340 hitter. 1-1 count on Setkovic. Here comes the Brotman delivery. That pitch right down the middle for strike 2. The pitch from Brotman, swung on and missed. And we've got a 2-2 count with 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Kristen Setkovic eyes the 2-2 delivery from Brotman, swung on and missed. 5 straight strikeouts by Lena Brotman. She came in with 998 career strikeouts, surpassed the 1,000 career strikeout mark, and now is at 1,003. Swung on and missed strike 1. Amanda Gatone, a 5'8" senior. Gatone out in right field, batting .333. Here's the 0-1 from Brotman to Gatone. That one hits that outside for strike 2. It's an 0-2 count. Gatone has scored 22 runs this season, 6 RBI. Here comes the 0-2 from Brotman. She reaches for it and fouls it back into the backstop. But Gatone stays alive with an 0-2 count, 2 outs, top of the second inning. 5 strikeouts for Lena Brotman. Here's the 0-2 from Brotman. Swung on and missed. 6 strikeouts by Lena Brotman. Every out, a strikeout. And we head to the bottom of the second inning. It's still a scoreless game between Elk Grove and Fremd on IHSA.TV. And welcome back to the East Side Center, where it's a scoreless game as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Lena Brotman sat down 6 Elk Grove Grenadiers. All outs made via the strikeout. There were 2 base runners, an error and a single by the Elk Grove offense. We're ready for the leadoff hitter of the second inning for the Fremd Vikings, which is Kelly Voigt, 5'7" senior, third base. She'll be followed with Jenny Schneider on deck and Alexa Chincagrane batting third this inning. So Voigt steps in to face Stephanie Madej. Madej's first pitch to Voigt hits that outside corner for strike 1. This Elk Grove team faced Antioch, who will play for third place in 3A tomorrow. That was a 8-2 win over the Sequoia. Madej's 0-1 pitch is taken for ball 1. 1-1 count. Madej threw a 1-hitter, struck out 5 in that win for the Grenadiers over Antioch earlier this season, back in early May. Here's the 1-1 to Kelly Voigt. Swung on, hit to the second baseman, and the putout is made. Balzano to Walls on the 4-3 putout. Jenny Schneider steps up. Schneider, a 5'6" senior, out in left field today for the Vikings with 1 out. First pitch to Schneider. An outside corner, strike 1. Schneider, 45 hits in 109 at-bats, a .413 batting average, 31 runs, 35 RBI. Facing an 0-1 from Madej. That pitch outside for ball 1 evens up the count at 1-1. Fremd beat Gurnee Warren 5-1 in the sectional semis and then beat Lake Zurich 8-3 in the championship game. The 1-1 pitch up high and outside to bring the count 2-1 on Jenny Schneider. Alexa Chincagrane is on deck. It was a pair of double-digit victories in the regionals, beating Mundelein 10-0 and Prospect 11-0. Here's the 2-1 to Schneider. She'll spray that one into right field, and that's a base hit. Almost didn't beat the throw to first. But Schneider is aboard with a single. And the Vikings have their first hit of the game. Alexis Cincagrani is up, 5'7" senior out in right field today. Has 15 extra base hits, 4 home runs, 9 doubles, 2 triples. Facing Madej with 1 out here in the second inning. That pitch misses the zone. Ball 1, 1-0 count on Cincagrani. The 1-0 pitch coming from Madej to Cincagrani. And that one is sprayed down the first base line, picked up, and runner moves to second. And Cincagrani's out with a line out. Schneider to second. And Megan Hubbard steps up. Hubbard over at second base. Just a sophomore for the Fremd Vikings. She hit a home run in the first game against Elk Grove. The 4-2 loss. Teams split their regular season matchups, but Fremd won the conference, the Mid-Suburban League, with a 1-0 win in the final game of the regular season. Megan Hubbard has an 0-1 count against Stephanie Madej with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. Runner on second. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's down low for ball 1. 1-1 count on Megan Hubbard, a .361 hitter. 33 runs and 20 RBI this year. And the 1-1 coming from Stephanie Madej with 2 outs. That one hit back into the fence down the first base line. 1-2 count. Mary Sylvester, the home plate umpire today. Rich Peterson over at first for this game, and Steve Varivi over at third base. Megan Hubbard, the batter, facing Stephanie Madej. It's a 1-2 count with 2 outs, scoreless in the bottom of the second. That pitch is down low for ball 2. 2-2 count. Fremd on a 7-game win streak. Dates back to May 17th. They fell to Barrington 5-3. The 2-2 pitch swung on and tipped foul. So the Vikings stay alive here the second inning with Megan Hubbard facing a 2-2 count. Stays alive. The charter bus for the Orland Park Sandburg Eagles arriving here at the Eastside Center, pulling in as Madej delivers a 2-2 pitch. Check swing, strike 3. And Madej sits down her third batter via the strikeout. 1 hit, no runs. It's still 0-0. We head to the third inning between Fremd and Elk Grove on IHSA.TV. And welcome back to the Eastside Center at Mizuno Field. We head to the third inning with a scoreless game between the Fremd Vikings. As you see their fans wearing those green t-shirts that read "On a Mission" here in East Peoria. They finished third place a season ago. And the Grenadiers come to bat here in the top of the third. Rebecca Walls, the first baseman, swung on and missed. Waltz is a .318 hitter this season, facing Lena Brodman. Walls, another sophomore in this Elk Grove lineup, which is smattered with sophomores for the Grenadiers. Strike 2, an 0-2 count on Walls. 6 sophomores for Elk Grove. The 0-2, swung on and missed. Strike 3, Lena Brodman. 7 strikeouts. 7 outs, 7 strikeouts. She has allowed 2 base runners. There was an error and a hit. Jessica Balzano, the next batter. struck out in her first at bat. One out here in the third inning. Oh, 0-1 count on Bolzano, the junior second baseman. 575 coming in. A pitch down low. 1-1 count to Bolzano. Elk Grove set the school record for home runs in a season, 35. As Bolzano sprays that into right field, it's going to drop for a base hit, but she's going to try to take second, sliding in, and actually a stand-up double. She does not make the slide, and Bolzano reaches on a double into right field. Heads-up base running by Jessica Bolzano. And that brings up Danny Goranson. Goranson was the lone hit, a single, back in the first inning. 2 hits now for Elk Grove against Alina Brodman, who was struck out 7. 1 away here in the third inning, an 0-1 count to Danny Goranson. Goranson also pitches in 1 inning in late April against Buffalo Grove. She had 5 illegal pitches called in 1 inning. She was stepping out of the pitching circle as that pitch just paints the outside corner against the left-handed swinging Danny Goranson, who's got an 0-2 count against her. What happens in that situation? A ball is called and the base runners get an extra base, take the base. As that pitch is swung on and missed. Lena Brodman, 8 strikeouts. And now she will face Olivia Roback, the shortstop. Two away here in the top of the third inning. Olivia Roback with a strikeout in her first at bat. Takes strike one, 0-1 with 2 away here in the top of the third inning. Scoreless, but a runner in scoring position. A double hit by Jessica Bolzano. Here's the 0-1. And rings it up for a strike. Strike 2 on Roback makes it 0-2. Roback digs back in, a 5'5" senior. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Lena Brotman, 9 outs, all on strikeouts. Still scoreless between Elk Grove and Fremd, a pair of mid-suburban league teams here in the Class 4A state semifinals on IHSA.TV. And welcome back to the Eastside Center. I'm Bo Spencer for IHSA.TV. A shot of the Grenadier fans making the trip from the Elk Grove Village area out of Cook County. Enrollment 2,094. Warm day, 90 degrees. Heat index in the low 90s. Slight breeze making it a little bit more comfortable for the fans. As we'll lead off the bottom of the third inning, Fremd Vikings center fielder Tess Dinterman. Dinterman, a .344 hitter, steps in against Stephanie Madej. Here comes the pitch from Madej. Pitch gets that outside corner for a strike. And Madej readies for the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2 by Dinterman, who hit a 3-run triple in a 7-run first inning against Lake Zurich back in the sectional championship game. She's hit 4 home runs this season and 6 doubles. She faces Stephanie Madej with an 0-2 count leading off the third inning for Fremd. And the 0-2 pitch from Madej. That one misses outside to make it 1-2. Madej with 153 strikeouts this season and 135 2/3 innings pitched, allowing just 75 hits. She readies the 1-2. Swung on and missed. It's going to be a foul. Foul tip keeps Dinterman alive at 1-2. Dinterman 33 for 96 coming into this game. her first at bat this afternoon. Madej to Dinterman, the 1-2 pitch is going to drop low for ball 2. 2-2 count on the senior center fielder, Tess Dinterman, for the Fremd Vikings. Dinterman readies for the 2-2 from Madej. Here's Madej's pitch. Chopped back across the circle into center field, and a base hit for Tess Dinterman. And Fremd gets their second hit of the ball game here in the 3rd inning. Brings up Caitlin Pattinaud. Pattinaud is a .269 hitter playing the DP role today. 4 runs and 9 RBI. Has an extra base hit among her 14 hits this season. First pitch to Caitlin Pattinaud, showing bunt, called strike. An 0-1 count on Pattinaud, with a runner on first, no outs here in the bottom of the 3rd of a scoreless game between a pair of MSL clubs, the Mid-Suburban League. As Madej readies for the 0-1 pitch to Caitlin Pattinaud. Drops down a bunt that goes foul, 0-2. Elk Grove won the Mid-Suburban League last year. Fremd won it this year. The teams split their regular season games, with the Vikings winning the tournament championship to wrap up the regular season. Elk Grove also won the league title in 2001, 1991, and 1982. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one's up high. Misses for a 1-2 count on Caitlin Pattinaud. Runner on first for the Vikings from Fremd High School, based in Palatine. Bottom of the 3rd inning, both teams with 2 hits and 0 runs. Madej's 1-2 delivery. One catches the outside corner, but just misses, 2-2. So Madej back on the pitching rubber to get set for a 2-2 delivery. And the pitch to Pattinaud on the 2-2. She'll hit that one foul down the right field line, hitting the fence. And Pattinaud stays alive at 2-2. In the Super Sectionals, Elk Grove took advantage of 3 6th-inning errors by Cary Grove. And the Grenadiers prevailed by a 2-0 final. 2-2 count. Stephanie Madej facing Caitlin Pattinaud. And swinging foul down the 3rd baseline. Pattinaud stays alive again. Some battles here today in the early innings of this Fremd-Elk Grove matchup. The latest, Stephanie Madej, the Elk Grove pitcher, versus Fremd's Caitlin Pattinaud. None out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning with a runner on first. The 2-2 pitch from Madej. Just outside, misses to bring the count full. And a 3-2 count on Caitlin Pattinaud, a 5'6" sophomore, one of 6 sophomores for the Grenadiers. And Madej's 3-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Foul tip. So the at-bat lives on for Caitlin Pattinaud. Both teams in Cook County. Fremd enrollments 2,927. Forest green and gold, their main colors. That pitch just misses to walk Pattinaud. Still none out here in the bottom of the 3rd. And Christine Whirling, the leadoff hitter, will face Stephanie Madej for the 2nd time. Whirling struck out in her first at bat. Bottom of the 3rd, scoreless ball game, each team with 2 hits. Fremd has runners on first and second as Christine Whirling steps up. The senior catcher, batting from the left side, faces Madej. The pitch from Madej drops down a bunt, and it goes foul for an 0-1 count. Whirling went 2 for 3, also walked in the Super Sectionals against New Trier. That was a 4-0 win earlier this week from the Elgin Super Sectional. The 0-1 pitch from Madej to Whirling, showing bunt. 1-1 count. Fremd also hit a school record home runs this season, as they knocked 31 out of the park this year. Both teams setting school records for home runs in a season. Here's the 1-1 from Madej to Whirling. That one just misses up high. It's a 2-1 count. Whirling had one of those 31 home runs. She's also hit a double and a triple this season, batting .512 from the leadoff position. 63 hits this year. She has a 2-1. And that pitch misses up high. 3-1 count on Christine Whirling. As Whirling digs back in, facing Madej in a 3-1 count with none out here in the bottom of the third. Scoreless between Fremd and Elk Grove. The 3-1 from Madej drops down a bunt foul down the third base line into the fence. A 3-2 count now for Christine Whirling. Krista Sosby, the DP, is playing third base for Elk Grove. Danny Goranson, who started at third base, is also a pitcher, as we mentioned. She was off warming up. She has returned from warming up, so we may see Goranson soon for the Grenadiers in the pitcher's circle. The 3-2 pitch is sprayed, caught, and this could be double play territory. It is a double play put out. The pop out to third base, fielded by Sosby, and the throw over to second base. Catches Dinterman. And now with 2 outs, Allie Gating bats. The 5'5" junior. She drops down and called 0-1. 2 outs here as the Vikings had runners at first and second with none out, but a double play. The pop out to third. And the throw over to second for the force out didn't tag up. Strike 2 on the bunt attempt by Allie Gating. She's stolen 13 bases this season. She's left-handed. She batted right-handed last year. Hit 190 right-handed, moved over to the left side, hit 430. And here's the 0-2 pitch to Gating. Hits that one into shallow left field, and the catch is made by the left fielder Megan Keegan to end the inning. They get 2 runners on, but strand them both. It's still scoreless. We go to the 4th inning between Fremd and Elk Grove on IHSA.tv. And welcome back to the Eastside Center, the Class 4A state semifinals featuring the Elk Grove Grenadiers and the Fremd Vikings. We start the 4th inning with the Grenadiers batting Devin Parkinson, who reached on an E6 in her last at bat, hitting .411. Lena Brotman in the pitcher's circle has struck out 9 batters, 9 outs, 9 strikeouts. And that pitch is hit high into the infield, and that will be put out by the shortstop for the first out that's not a strikeout. Megan Keegan, who struck out in her last at bat, steps up, a 5'7" sophomore. Keegan awaits the first pitch from Lena Brotman. With 1 away here in the 4th, called strike 1. An 0-1 count on Megan Keegan. With 1 away here in the 4th inning, 0-0. That pitch is going to drop into the strike zone for an 0-2 count. Brodman did not allow a base runner past first in the super sectional win over New Trier, throwing a 3-hitter with 12 strikeouts. The 0-2 is reached out for by Megan Keegan and fouled back into the fence. Stays alive at 0-2. 0-0 through 3 innings, each team with a pair of hits. Keegan facing Brodman, the 0-2 pitch. That one drops down for ball 1. The Grenadiers making their second state appearance. A second place trophy brought back in 1982. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that one's fouled back and out of play. The Grenadiers beat Metamora 13-3. Then shut out Heron 4-0 before getting dealt a 6-0 loss by Quincy Notre Dame in the championship game. Here's the 1-2 to Keegan. She slaps that one down the third base line. It's foul. 713 wins for Coach Ken Grams. 713 and 300, his 30-year coaching record, surpassing that 700th milestone back in middle of May. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Keegan. She pops that one up into left field, and the putout will be made out in left by Jenny Schneider. Schneider records the second out of the 4th inning. Krista Sosby, a 5'7" sophomore, steps up. Started the game as the DP, moved over to third. And she struck out in her last at bat. First pitch. Drops in for a strike. An 0-1 count on Sosby, who has 32 hits and 109 at bats for a .294 average, 29 runs scored, 16 RBI. Pair of home runs and 7 doubles this season for Krista Sosby. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed to bring it 0-2. Scoreless ball game here in the top of the 4th inning with 2 away and an 0-2 count on Sosby. Lena Brodman with 9 strikeouts. The pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3, and Brodman records her 10th strikeout of the game. Lena Brodman, the Emory University-bound starting pitcher. We're still scoreless as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning between Fremd and Elk Grove on IHSA.TV. And welcome back to the Eastside Center, Mizuno Field, where we're scoreless heading into the bottom of the 4th inning. The Viking flag is waving, forest green and gold. The Fremd Vikings out of Palatine, bringing a nice crowd wearing those On a Mission t-shirts. And Lauren Zaworski will step up to lead off the 4th inning for Fremd. Zaworski struck out in her last at-bat, who's headed to Loyola University to play softball next season. .417 on the year, 7 home runs, 11 doubles, 3 triples. Facing Stephanie Madej, the first pitch drops in for ball 1. Both teams out of the Mid-Suburban League, and for 7 straight years, a team from that conference has been represented here in the state finals. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Madej. Swung on, and that's chopped over to third base. Shortstop going to pick it up. The throw to first is made. Olivia Roback picks that ball up. And the throw made to first in time. Out number 1. Nice play by Roback. And Kelly Voigt will step in. Senior third baseman batting .400. She'll be heading off to Valparaiso next year, but playing golf at Valpo. First pitch taken for ball 1. 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning, a scoreless game. Voigt has some power, 5 home runs, 9 doubles, and a pair of triples on the season. Count 1-0 on Kelly Voigt, 5'7" senior. She swings and fouls that one back into the fence. Falls back into play near the batter's box of the Vikings. It's a 1-1 count on Voigt. One away here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Kelly Voigt, a right-hander. Check swing, ball 2. And they're going to peel down to first base. Did not go. It's a 2-1 count on Voigt. See some Moline fans in the stands as they await Orland Park Sandburg in the next semifinal matchup against Orland Park Sandburg. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Just outside, misses to bring the count 3-1. Three-one count on Kelly Voigt with one out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Each team has 2 hits. And Stephanie Bidet readies to throw the 3-1. Here it is, and that's going to miss. Ball 4, and Voigt is aboard. Brings up Jenny Schneider, the left fielder, 5'6" senior. And we've got the infield coming in, Coach Grams. The rest of the Grenadiers bring it in the circle. And it looks like we'll see Danny Goranson come in. Stephanie Bidet exits to the dugout, and her day is ended through 3 1/3 innings. And Danny Goranson, as we see, will come out, throw some warm-up tosses. Danny Goranson started the game at third base. She did leave, and the DP came in, Krista Sosby. And Goranson will throw into her new battery mate, catcher Devin Parkinson. Scoreless ball game here in the bottom of the fourth inning, 0-0, 2 hits by each team, 1 away. And Danny Goranson is the new pitcher for the Grenadiers of Elk Grove. On the season, Goranson has an 18-2 record, 1.13 ERA, 124 1/3 innings pitched, and she struck out 177, allowed just 76 hits. We talked about that strange game where she was called on 5 illegal pitches in 1 inning back in late April against Buffalo Grove. Goranson, a 5'9" sophomore, splits time between the circle and third base. So she gets her warm-up tosses in, and the rest of the Grenadiers take their respective positions, and Goranson comes in to face Jenny Schneider. Schneider reached on a single in her first at bat. She did move into scoring position on a lineout by Alexa Cincagrani, but was stranded. So Goranson eyes in on Schneider. Schneider puts it into play. Throw to second is dropped, and that's going to be an error out of the field by the Grenadiers. That looks like it may be an E4 on the second baseman. And Schneider reaches on the fielder's choice while Voigt gets to second on the E4. And Alexis Cincagrani steps in. Had a line out in her first at bat. 1 away here in the fourth. Check, swing, strike, 0-1. So runners now at first and second base for the Fremd Vikings here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Cincagrani 0 for 1 today. The 0-1 delivery, swing and a miss, strike 2. 0-2 count on Alexis Cincagrani. Danny Goranson, the new pitcher for the Grenadiers, throws the 0-2. Check swing, fouled back into the backstop. Cincagrani's a .413 hitter this season, 24 runs and 40 RBI. 4 home runs and 9 doubles for the Fremd Vikings. Cincagrani facing an 0-2 from Danny Goranson. Runners on, first and second. The 0-2 pitch swung back and just out of the reaches of Devin Parkinson, the Grenadiers catcher. Staying alive is Cincagrani with an 0-2. Goranson eyes in, getting set for the 0-2 pitch to Alexis Sincagrani. That one gets away. Outside, 1-2. Fremd making their 5th state tournament appearance after a third-place finish a year ago, beating Naperville Central in the third-place game. They went 8 innings against Loyola Academy in the semis in a 1-0 loss. As that ball drops down for a ball, it's 2-2 against Alexis Sincagrani with 1 out and runners on first and second. Jim Weaver, head coach, also took the team to the state quarterfinals back in 2002. And that was a 1-0 loss in the quarters to Normal Community. Goranson readies for the 2-2 pitch to Sincagrani. And she hits that one into play. That's going to be a base hit and a throw to Hall. It's going to be an RBI single on the throw. Runner moves to third, but is safe. And sliding into third safely is Jenny Schneider. Schneider to third on the throw. Sincagrani with an RBI single. And a run scored by Kelly Voigt. The Grenadiers meet out in the pitcher's circle as Megan Hubbard awaits to face Danny Goranson. We've got a 1-0 ball game here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Fremd scores on Alexa Sincagrani, RBI single. Danny Goranson. Here's the first pitch to Hubbard. And the runner going to move uncontested. 1-0 count on Megan Hubbard. Runners at second and third for Megan Hubbard. 1 out here in the 4th inning. That pitch up. Hits the strike zone in the outside corner. Brings the count to 1-1 on the sophomore second baseman Hubbard. 2 in scoring position with Fremd up 1-0, bottom of the 4th inning. Here's the pitch from Goranson, swung on. That's going to be popped into right field. And runner going to try to score, and she will be safe. And a second run is scored on a sacrifice fly. Jenny Schneider crossing the plate. And that's the second out of the inning. And the Fremd Vikings lead 2-0. And Alexis Sincagrani moves to second, or stays at second, excuse me. Did not move on the sac fly. Tess Dinterman, the center fielder, hit a single in her last at bat. Hits that one foul back into the fence. 2 away here in the 4th inning. A 2-0 lead for the Vikings now, scoring both runs. The bottom of this 4th inning. Tess Dinterman, a 5'10" senior. .344 this season. She steps in, who's 1 for 1 today, facing Danny Goranson. The 0-1 from Goranson will just miss to make it 1-1. Six state tournament appearances, all coming within the last 13 years. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2 by Tess Dinterman. A 1-2 count with 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Fremd 2, Elk Grove 0. First trip downstate, 1997. Robert Harris was the head coach. Quarterfinal appearance against Morton, a 3-0 loss. Swung back. Goranson with the catch off the chopper. The throw to first is there, and that's the 3rd out. But the Vikings score 2 in the 4th inning. It's 2-0 Fremd in the Class 4A state semifinals. The 5th inning is next on IHSA.tv. And welcome back to Eastside Center, Mizuno Field, where the Fremd Vikings take a 2-0 lead as we start the 5th inning. The Grenadiers will lead off with Kristen Setkovic. Struck out in her last at bat. Setkovic out in center field for Elk Grove. They try to rally back from a 2-run deficit here in the top of the 5th. And the pitch swung on, hit into left field, deep back to the wall, and it will go over the fence. A solo shot by Kristen Setkovic. And it's a 2-1 ball game. Setkovic with her 10th home run of the season. The Grenadiers pulled to within a run, 2-1. Here in the top of the 5th inning. Brings up Amanda Gatone, the right fielder. Struck out in her last at-bat. Lena Brodman with 10 strikeouts. The 4A record for strikeouts is 15. As Brodman faces Gatone. First pitch, strike 1. Each team with 3 hits in this ball game. 2-1. The 0-1. Strike 2 by Gatone. .333 hitter, 22 runs scored, 6 RBI. She's hit 4 doubles. And the 0-2 from Brodman to Gatone. Swung on and missed, strike 3, the 11th strikeout for Lena Brodman. And that brings up Rebecca Walls, the sophomore first baseman. And Coach Grams is out talking with the home plate umpire, Mary Sylvester. And we've got a pinch hitter coming in, which is Katie Keegan. So Katie Keegan will hit for Walls. Keegan, a 5'2" junior. She's hit .250 this season for the Grenadiers. 3 hits in 12 at-bats. 3 runs scored, 2 RBI. And one of those 3 hits was a home run. The other, a double, the third a single. First pitch to Katie Keegan. Called strike 1. An 0-1 count on Katie Keegan from Lena Brodman. That pitch swung on down the left field line. It will drop foul. Long foul ball for Katie Keegan to bring the count 0-2. Almost to second base as she trudges back to home plate, picks up the bat. And we'll dig back in with an 0-2 as the umpire brushes off the dish. Top of the 5th inning. 2-1 lead for Fremd. The Vikings scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Run tacked on by Elk Grove earlier here in the 5th on a solo shot. Brodman's 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and that's the 12th strikeout for Lena Brodman. Brings up Jessica Balzano. Balzano takes the first pitch for a strike by Lena Brodman. Balzano, .575 coming in. She's 1 for 2 today. Struck out in her first at bat, hit a double in her most recent plate appearance. That pitch outside, it misses for a 1-1 count. Balzano has hit safely in all 36 games this year. Make that 37 as she has hit safely today. Swung on and missed, strike 2. We've got a 1-2 count on Balzano. 2 away here in the 5th inning. The Grenadiers have pulled to within a run. The 1-2 from Brodman, swung on, strike 3, number 13 for Lena Brodman. 13 strikeouts through 5 innings of work. We head to the bottom of the 5th. The Fremd Vikings come to the plate on IHSA.TV. And welcome back to the Eastside Center. I'm Bo Spencer on IHSA.TV, where The Vikings lead 2-1. There's Jim Weaver, head coach, in his 9th season, 239 career coaching victories, and this is the 3rd time Coach Weaver has guided the Vikings downstate to East Peoria. As Caitlin Patnaud leads off the 5th inning for Fremd, facing Danny Goranson. Pitch misses outside to make it 1-0. Patnaud walked in her first at-bat in this ball game. She's a .269 hitter, 4 runs, 9 RBI, 14 hits for Patnaud, the 5'6" sophomore. And the 1-0 pitch misses up high. 2-0 count on Patnaud. On deck is Christine Worling, the catcher. 2-1 ball game. Fremd on top of Elk Grove. Here's the 2-0 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 1. 2-1 count on Caitlin Patnaud. Patnaud awaits the 2-1, and that one misses up high. A 3-1 count on Caitlin Patnaud, trying to draw her 2nd walk of the ball game. Patnaud leading off the 5th inning for Fremd, who scored twice in the last inning, lays down a bunt, dribbles foul, 3-2. Fremd won the Mid-Suburban League this year. They also won it back in 2002 and in the year 2000. They bring in a 32-4 record on the season. The 3-2 pitch from Goranson hit into play, fielded by the second baseman as she scoops it up for the putout. Balzano scoops it up, and the putout is made for the first out of the 5th inning. Christine Worling steps up. Worling is 0 for 2, striking out in her first at-bat, popped out in her most recent at-bat. First pitch from Goranson, right down the middle, strike 1. Worling 0 for 2 today, but a .512 hitter on the season, 38 runs, 11 RBI. She's stolen 22 bases. Swung on, hit into play down the first base line. Throw to first is not in time. It's a single for Worling. Christine Worling with her 64th hit of the season. Brings up Allie Gating, a 5'5" junior, over at shortstop, with 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Gating digs in. She's stolen 13 bases this year. Went 2 for 3 in the loss to Elk Grove this season. Pitch misses down low. It's a 1-0 count to Gating. 38 hits, 89 at-bats, .427 hitter. 2-1 ball game. Vikings on top of the Grenadiers. Goranson's 1-0 pitch swung down and wrapped foul down the third base line. Evens up the count at 1-1. Fremd's assistant coaching staff, TJ Velasic, Christine Vlaming, Josh Teschner, Jana Welch, Russ Anderson, and Josh Cotero. 1-1 count on Allie Gating with 1 out here in the 5th. That pitch misses on the inside to bring the count 2-1. Fremd with 4 hits. As Goranson eyes in the 2-1 count on Gating. That pitch hits the strike zone for a 2-2 count on the junior shortstop. Whirling over at first, reaching on a single. 1 out, bottom of the 5th. 2-2 coming from Goranson to Whirling. Slaps it down into play, and the putout is made at first base for the 2nd out. Line out for Gating. And that moves Whirling over to 2nd and brings up Lauren Zaworski. Zaworski, a 5'7" senior first baseman, as Danny Goranson readies in to face Zaworski. Zaworski hit a deep sacrifice fly in the Super Sectionals in the 5th inning that scored Dinterman, broke a scoreless ball game in the 5th. And Fremd would move on to score 3 other runs to win 4-0. Oh and 1 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Fremd 2, Elk Grove 1. Lauren Zaworski 0 for 2 today. Hits that one into right field, and it will go over the head. That's going to be an RBI, at least a double. And Zaworski get around second. She's headed to third, and she is in safely. Sliding in, the ball drops, and Zaworski going to try to score, getting the wave, and she will score uncontested. And Zaworski with a triple and an error, an RBI triple. So Zaworski with an RBI triple and then scoring after it hit at third base. That puts Fremd up 4-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. And that brings up Kelly Voigt, who's 0 for 1 today with a walk. Also a run for Voigt. That first pitch drops down into the dirt. Ball 1, 1-0 on Kelly Voigt, the 5'7" senior third baseman, as the Vikings lead 4-1. Swung on, hit into right field, and that one will be misplayed out in right field, and Voigt gonna round second, and she's gonna head to third base, and she will be in with a stand-up. And a triple for Kelly Voigt. 2 consecutive triples by the Fremd Vikings. They lead 4-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Their 5th hit of the ball game, and Jenny Schneider will step in. She's hit a single and reached on a fielder's choice as the Grenadiers will bring it in the circle. Coach Grahams comes out. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 runs scored by the Vikings in the 4th and 2 more runs in the 5th to bring the count 4-1. That was the 6th hit by the Vikings on that most recent triple. 6 hits for the Vikings and 3 for the Grenadiers. As Fremd has also taken advantage of a couple of errors by Elk Grove here this afternoon. Winner moves on to the Class 4A state championship game tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock, facing the winner of the next game, Moline and Orland Park Sandburg. So Goranson facing Schneider. First pitch is wrapped down the third base line. It's caught for the 3rd out. Nice play by the third baseman, Krista Sosby. And that ends the 5th inning, but 2 more runs are in for Fremd. They take a 4-1 lead. So we head to the 6th inning on IHSA.tv. And welcome back to the East Side Center, where Fremd has a 4-1 lead over Elk Grove. Lena Brotman, 13 strikeouts in this ballgame. 4A record is 15. Lena Brotman will face Danny Goranson of the Grenadiers. Goranson 1 for 2 today. A single in her first at-bat, striking out in her last at-bat. Here at the top of the 6th inning, swung on and missed for strike 1. Fremd with 2 runs in that 4th inning and 5th inning. Elk Grove scored their run in the top of the 5th. Pitch from Brotman, swung on and missed, strike 2. She struck out 5 of the last 7 batters in that super sectional win over New Trier. Brotman readies for the 0-2 pitch against Goranson. Hit into play, and it's caught by, what an amazing catch by the shortstop, Allie Gating, jumped high for it, made the play. It fell out of the glove, and she recovered with the catch. Allie Gating with an amazing play at shortstop. Roback, the batter for the Grenadiers, with one out here in the 6th inning. First pitch from Brotman, popped up high in the air, and that will be taken by the first baseman, Lauren Zaworski. Now 2 outs in the 6th inning. And Devin Parkinson, the new batter, she's 0 for 1. Reached on an error in her first at bat, hitting .411. 5'6" sophomore. First pitch from Brotman, swung on and missed, strike 1. Lena Brotman, 30-2 this season with a .45 ERA, over 300 strikeouts. She has 13 today. That hit foul, and nice catch made by a fan over beyond the New Trier dugout. An 0-2 count on Devin Parkinson with 2 away here at the top of the 6th inning. Elk Grove had a couple of players take finals this morning. And a swing and a miss for the 14th strikeout for Lena Brotman. 14 strikeouts, 1 away from tying the Class 4A state tournament game record. It's 4-1. The Fremd Vikings will bat in the bottom of the 6th on IHSA.tv. And welcome back to the Eastside Center, Mizuno Field, the Class 4A state semifinals, as the Fremd Vikings lead the Elk Grove Grenadiers 4-1. Alexa Cincagrani steps up to the plate. She's 1 for 2. Fremd with a 4-1 lead over Elk Grove here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cincagrani hit an RBI single in her last at bat. She hits this one deep into right field into foul territory. Put out is made by Amanda Catone. And 1 away brings up Megan Hubbard. Hubbard hit a sac fly in her last at bat, struck out in her first at bat. 9 years under Coach Jim Weaver, the Fremd Vikings have gone 239 and 80-1, a 3rd place finish a year ago. They've hit the 20-win plateau 8 of the 9 seasons under Coach Weaver. Lowest win mark in his campaign was 16-16 back in 2007. An 0-1 count on Megan Hubbard. The pitch from Goranson just misses, high and outside. Brings up a 1-1 count. Goranson eyes in on Hubbard, the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, that's hit high into shallow center field, and the putout is made by Kristen Sedkovic. That brings up Tess Dinterman, the 5'10 senior center fielder. Dinterman 1 for 2 today with a single in her first at bat. .344 hitter this season. She hit a 3-run triple in a 7-run first inning against Lake Zurich in the sectional title game. She bats with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch taken for a ball. 1-0 on Dinterman. And the pitch down low. 2-0. Dinterman with 4 home runs this season and 6 doubles. And here comes the 2-0 from Goranson. That one just misses the plate. 3-0. Fremd with a 4-1 lead. With a win, would advance to play for their highest placing in state softball history as that's a called strike one, a 3-1 count on Tess Dinterman. They finished third a year ago, fourth in 2000. 3-1 count on Tess Dinterman. Goranson's delivery up high and outside, walks her. That brings up Caitlin Patnaud, the sophomore, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Infield is going to come in with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning with a 4-1 ball game. The Fremd Vikings on top of the Elk Grove Grenadiers. Elk Grove with 3 hits in this ball game. Caitlin Patnaud will bat next for the Grenadiers, or for the Vikings. .269 hitter, 4 runs and 9 RBI. Two away here in the 6th inning. And we will have a pinch hitter coming in as Patnaud. Brittany Chura will bat for Patnaud. Chura 14 hits and 53 at-bats this season. Facing Danny Goranson, bottom of the 6th. Her pitch, sliced foul, well out of play. An 0-1 count. Chura, .264 this season, 14 hits and 53 at-bats, 8 runs scored, 14 RBI, a home run and 5 doubles. Goranson's 0-1 pitch to Chura. That pitch just misses to bring the count 1-1. Chura, a 5'6" sophomore. Awaiting the 1-1 pitch from Danny Goranson. With 2 outs here in the 6th inning, that pitch on the outside makes it 2-1. Two-1 count on Brittany Chura, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning. Fremd 4, Elk Grove 1. Goranson's 2-1 delivery, swung on, and that one's hit foul. Nearly the same spot. Well out of play along that right field line. So Chura ready to dig back in and get set for a 2-2 pitch. Here comes Goranson's 2-2. Swung back, hit into play. It's going to take a bad hop, and it looks like it hit the runner. So runner interference, the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the 7th inning. It's a 4-1 lead for the Fremd Vikings on IHSA.TV. And welcome back to the Eastside Center Class 4A State Semifinals, where the Fremd Vikings lead the Elk Grove Grenadiers 4-1. Lena Brodman with 14 strikeouts. Just needs 1 to tie the Class 4A tournament game record. 15 strikeouts is that record. She'll face Megan Keegan leading off the 7th for the Elk Grove Grenadiers, who trail 4-1. Keegan, a 5'7" sophomore, takes strike 1. Elk Grove with another successful season under Coach Ken Graham's 36-4 coming in. As that ball bounces in the dirt for a 1-1 count. 6 times Coach Graham's has led the Grenadiers to a 30-plus win season. And 23 of the 30 seasons, they've won more than 20 games. Brodman set to throw the 1-1. That pitch just hits that outside corner for a 1-2 count on Megan Keegan. She's 0 for 2 today, struck out in her first at bat, flew out in her second. Came in hitting .331. She does have a home run and 12 doubles this season. The 1-2 check swing didn't go. Appeal down to first, and she did not go, so it's 2-2. Two and two count on Megan Keegan. And the 2-2 pitch from Brotman swung on back to Brotman in the circle, and she will run over to first and dump it off for out number one. So Brotman records the out, 1-3. And Krista Sosby, the 5'7" sophomore, steps up. She's struck out twice today, facing Brotman with one down in the 7th inning. First pitch, gonna drop down for ball one. Winner plays tomorrow night's state championship game in Class 4A, a 7 o'clock first pitch. The 1-0 from Brotman drops down for ball two. 2-0 count on Krista Sosby, who's 0 for 2 today, a .294 hitter, 29 runs scored and 16 RBI. The 2-0 pitch, right down the middle for a called strike one. Two and one count on Krista Sosby with one down in the 7th. Swung on and missed, foul tipped. 2-2 to Sosby. Brotman eyes in the 2-2 pitch. Swung into play, and that's going to be a single for Sosby into right field. And that brings up Kristen Setkovic, the 5'7" junior. Her last at bat launched one over the outfield wall for a solo home run. A 4-1 ball game. Fremd on top of Elk Grove. Brotman to Setkovic. First pitch, a called strike. One down for the Grenadiers. Brotman's 0-1 pitch. Check swing, didn't go enough. Misses the plate for a 1-1 count on Setkovic. Setkovic has 10 home runs now this season. 6 doubles and a couple of triples. The 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed, strike two. Lena Brotman eyes in the 1-2 pitch to Setkovic. That one misses the plate outside, 2-2. Brotman back in the circle, prepares for the 2-2 pitch. The windup, and swung on and missed. Lena Brotman has just tied the state tournament strikeout record with 15 in this game. That's a Class 4A mark, not an overall mark, as Amanda Gatone steps in with 2 strikeouts. Here comes the Brotman pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. 2 outs, top of the 7th inning, as the Vikings try to hold off the Grenadiers, who have a runner over at first base with 2 down. The 0-1 from Brotman, swung back and foul, it's 0-2. As the Fremd Vikings look to advance to a state championship game, they just need 1 strike here from Lena Brotman. And the 0-2 pitch from Lena Brotman misses outside, 1-2. 1-2 count on Amanda Gatone with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. A 4-1 lead for the Fremd Vikings. Lena Brotman's 1-2 pitch reached for and fouled back into the fence, as Gatone stays alive with a 1-2 count. Brotman steps on the rubber, looks in, getting set for the 1-2 pitch. The delivery, The swing, the miss, 16 strikeouts, a new 4A tournament game record, and the Fremd Vikings continue their mission. That's a state championship. They advance to the title game tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, and they'll await the next winner between Moline and Orland Park Sandburg. And they are guaranteed to finish the highest in program history, surpassing last year's third-place trophy and 2000's fourth-place trophy. Final score, the Fremd Vikings 4, the Elk Grove Grenadiers 1. A Moline-Orland Park Sandburg game coming up next on IHSA.TV.